Welcome back to Code S here at the GSL. I'm going to get my headset turned up slightly. I wasn't sure if I was on there. We already saw some awesome games here in our previous group stage. Now we're here in the second half of today's games. Artosis is pretty exciting. And by the way, that was very sweet of our GSL staff to make that goodbye shot video.
Made me feel really sad like he died or something.
I know.
It's my little Hydra,
That's
man.
our Hydra, man. Of course, Hydra wanted to change of pace and headed back to the United States. He's lived in Korea for a long time, almost as long as I have. I've been here for a pretty long time, and went back home to just change the scenery. So, anyways, over here to the match results: MC in July advancing. I am MVP, not managing to advance here in the code of Group 8 matches. Kind of shocking here.
Totally wild.
In Group B, obviously with Hydra's absence from the group.
There's 0 Terrans in the top 16 right now, Thesis.
Yeah, just think about that.
Yeah.
Guess no matter what, at least one. With Clyde, ZeNEXByun, and Byun, 2 of these guys are going to move on. Only one will not make it. So a lot of pressure here, as there's really no excuse.
So Clyde is going to have a free win. Then
yeah.
ZeNEXByun versus ZeNEXByun. The winner of that will be in the round of 16. Then the winner of the loser of that and Clyde get to go to the top 16.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'd rather be in the first match rather than Clyde, because both of them are going to have 2 shots at winning one game. Clyde gets 1 shot at it.
Yeah, it might look like Clyde gets the easy start, but you're absolutely right.
It's actually much harder.
It's much harder.
He's Clyde.
He's Clyde.
I can't even
with
do
your
it, man.
sick
My
voice.
sick voice.
Clyde. He's Clyde.
I took medicine like an hour before we came in here, so first half of the first set, I was doing okay, and now my voice is back to where it's been for the last few days. I'm sorry, everybody. I am so sorry.
Clyde is it's okay, Artosis. We forgive you. Clyde, look, this guy is really good, but he does probably have the hardest draw. Clyde's sort of that best player in the world that doesn't win stuff.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel about
He's the new Kanata.
Yeah. Ooh. It's a good way to put it. So behind us on our screen, we're going to throw up some probably some stuff from Secret. We don't have that on here, but in case you're wondering why the screen behind us, we might end up putting that up for you guys in the future. But that is Secret, a very famous K-pop group here in Korea. Fans of the GSL. Oh, and speaking of people supporting the GSL, all of our Korean pro gamers have changed their IDs to English, not just hung like a Korean word with English letters.
Yeah.
If possible, they've actually just changed it to an English word.
Yeah.
Because, we had Hangul spelling out English words. We had Hangul spelling out Korean words. We had English spelling out English words. So we wanted to kind of get everybody on one page. And no, they are not facing off against the Invisible Man, Hydra, with an empty booth. As he will be going back to the States very soon. He has opted.
Hydra's a ghost.
He's a ghost. The ghost of Hydra. The ghost of GSL president.
Kraken will never die.
No, he will not.
He lives on in my heart.
And we wish him the best of luck.
Well, this is kind of interesting. They actually haven't changed Byun's name yet, but he is changing his ID.
To Excrement. Now, of course, the joke with Byun is that Byun is his last name, but also
it means poop.
It means it's somewhat an offensive word for poop. So to kind of go on. Yeah, so we're probably just going to leave it as Byun this time around.
Oh, okay.
We have it as, he changed it to Excrement, but we're just going to keep it as Byun.
It's a terrible ID.
So, now we're going to have just 2 Terrans and a Zerg here duking it out. Should be pretty interesting. I think all these guys are pretty evenly matched.
Well, Byun has shown some great skills, Stasis. So has ZeNEXByun.
Yeah. Very talented ZeNEXByun. It's all going to be up to a Zerg versus Terran here. He's not going to have many other options. Not actually any other options here. And our first match, by the way, will be ZeNEXByun and Byun, as you said. Since Clyde gets a bye.
Yeah.
For that.
So, this is pretty cool. The map is going to be Terminus Reef. It's a huge map. Of course, that third base is so easy to take. I would not be surprised if ZeNEXByun plays a kind of Jinro style, maybe goes fast expansion, gets a tank, and takes a third, because you can just wall that in, and it's pretty hard for Zerg to get into. So ZeNEXByun might have his work cut out for him, but again, that's going to be an easy third base for ZeNEXByun as well.
Yeah, that's very true. Excellent points, Artosis. As you can see at the bottom of our screen, Byun has a 75% win rate versus Zerg. And the big question is, of course, will a Code A player advance to the round of 16 in Code S?
I think there's a good chance.
Yep.
Very solid player.
So. Yeah, Byun was easily one of the best guys coming out of Code A. To be frank, he was almost impressing me more than July Zerg. And I got to say, I'm looking forward to seeing his games here. Our Code A in the previous season was very Terran dominated. And it's good to see these guys coming out now.
Yeah, that's quite true.
Seeing how their Terrans compared to the Code S Terrans. Here's a shot at ZeNEO now.
And there is Byun.
Head-to-head here. And I think, honestly, this is one of the luckier groups to be from right now. I mean, even though the players are good, no Hydra.
Yeah,
no Hydra there. Hydra's
think
probably the best out of these four players.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten further than all of them. So
yeah. So the countdown has begun. So let's get ready for some ZVT action here. ZeNEO against Byun. Let's see who pulls through with a win here at the GSL with Tasis and Artosis. Artosis with a cold. I'll pull you through this, Artosis. Sicktosis here. Coldtosis. And it's going to be pretty excellent. So I'm braced for that. Our game is loaded, but we have the Korean Code S commentators that usually take a little bit longer to wrap it up. So sit tight, and we'll have this up on the screen for you as soon as possible here at the GSL. So it's on. Let's go. Over here in the red, our Zerg player from oGS. They call him
oGsZenio.
First game here, very important. Over here at the far left, our blue Terran, one of our two Terrans in this group. Second place here in Code A.
ZeNEXByun.
Yeah, I think Byun, definitely a player that is capable of making the round of 16. Very excited to see what kind of style he's going to use here. He did say he's going to switch it up, which is probably a good thing because people really have seen his style so much. He's played a lot of Terran vs. Zergs for us.
And talk about fairly aggressive posturing here for a Terran, putting the barracks way outside of his base.
I like it, to tell you the truth. It's going to allow him to wall in a lot quicker. And when you wall in, Tasteless, you're going to be able to take that third base really, really easily.
Yeah, you got that right. You can also feign aggression. And, I'm curious. I don't know exactly what to expect from Byun. He definitely was into that turtling style, that defensive style in previous games. But this is a pretty big map. So, normally we see more turtling styles on pretty big maps.
Yeah.
So,
that'll definitely suit him well. But, there's a lot of ways you can play this map in particular. Mech can be quite a viable option here. You do one big mech push and, you get up in their face pretty quickly. If you take over that natural area, then you're going to be able to take the third and have the ramp tanked. So that might be something he wants to do. Other than that, of course, drop harassment can be all right. ZeNEO, I do expect to see Mutalist play out of him. I don't think it's a good map for any sort of Roach Baneling type play.
He is one of the few players with really good muta control.
Yeah, ZeNEO definitely one of the top Zergs.
And he did spot the command center, so far not aggressive play, but then again, like we said, you can't really just, do a proxy barracks rush on this map.
Yeah, it would certainly catch your opponent off guard, but the percent chance of it working, I think, is going to be much lower. It's a very big map, very long map, and it really lends itself to macro-based play, which really Byun is quite known for at this point in Terran vs. Zerg. And ZeNEO, he can definitely switch it up quite a bit, but he's played some strong macro games in the matchup as well.
Whoa!
Yep, and there it is.
There it is.
The super duper fast.
That's actually
third base.
very interesting.
It's a good thing he's not playing Jelizer because Speeders will be coming right about now.
Yeah, this is risky from Byun. But then again, part of me wants to say that maybe Byun said he was going to be super aggressive in the interview just to trick his opponents.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Change his ID to Trickster.
Ooh, too bad that's already taken. So, man, oh man. I don't know if ZeNEO's going to be able to react properly. This is a move where if you don't spot it right away, it can cost you the game. And I mean that for ZeNEO.
ZeNEO has floated that Overlord in there and seen it.
You're absolutely right, Artos. ZeNEO does know about this. Thank you for checking that.
So he has made a few more Zerglings here and there, but I think he's probably going to want to just double expand from here, because when your opponent actually is going 3 barracks, he's most likely going to follow it up with some siege tankery. He doesn't want to die to any
siege tankery,
any tomfoolery. Yeah, man. So double expanding from here would be a good move by ZeNEO. I can't see Byun getting truly aggressive anytime soon.
Well, the thing is that he walled in with 3 barracks, so you need a lot of Banelings to blow that up. You can't just do what Jelizer did on this map.
True.
So
unless he lifts them.
Yeah, unless he lifts them. So the Automaton 2000 also walled out here.
Yep. Now ZeNEO is throwing up his 3rd base, but again, it's later than Byun's. Byun already has his orbital up at his 3rd, so let's take a look at the count of drones is at 45 to just 31 SCVs. But that SCV count is going to fly through the roof. ZeNEO is going heavy economy, as we see in the production tab. Another hatchery is going up, this time in his main base.
One problem with doing this in these spots, as you can see, the tech lab is going to be on the outside. It's a very fragile building. And double engineering bay. So when Byun said he was not going to turtle, that wasn't true.
Yeah, no, he's going to play a turtly game.
He's a sneaky snake.
He is a sneaky snake, tasteless. Starport with reactor going up. Let me start pumping out some medevacs as well. His economy is just getting so off the hook. 41 SCVs now against 48 drones.
Well, this is weird because ZeNEO's opting to expand style is still not putting him ahead or even catching him up. Really, with the Terran?
No,
Terran's
it's not.
Still in the lead.
Terran's economy is just going to be way over his.
Sorry, go ahead.
ZeNEO is actually kind of focusing on some upgrades now, but double eBay for Byun, so he's going to get all his upgrades as well. And ZeNEO is just sitting on the same amount of bases, but his bases have gotten up slower, so I'm not sure exactly what his plan is from here.